Hello again, Eternity Dev. I remain your subject, AECLI Embassy Lead and Ambassador. In this tutorial, we will learn how to deploy a Sophia smart contract on Eternity blockchain testnet network using the AEproject tool, the AECLI tool, and the testnet Faucet. Before we proceed, kindly ensure you have followed the coding locally with AEproject tutorial. The link to the tutorial will be provided below if you haven't already seen it. Okay, before we start deploying on the testnet network, let me explain the term AECLI and Faucet. AECLI simply means the command line interface for the Eternity blockchain, while the Faucet is an Eternity service that dispenses free testnet AE that can be used for testing purposes. Now that we know the meaning of AECLI, you would want to install it globally on your computer using the npm package by typing the following command on your device CLI. For me, I'm going to make use of my Ubuntu. So let me get that ready. Ctrl+T. Okay. To install it, you would want to run npm install npm install /g, then the @eternity /app the CLI. So to install the CLI, all you need to do is to run this command on your device. I have it installed globally already, and since I have it installed, I can run the AECLI /h command /h to give me a quick reference list of all the AECLI commands. So I have it. These are the commands you can run using AECLI. And for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll be making use of this account command to create a new secure account. We'll fund that account with the testnet AE token, and finally use that account to deploy our Hello World contract that we wrote in the previous tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started by creating an account. Before we create an account, let's open our coding locally projects directory, and I'll do that using this terminal. So I'm going to type in code, then the home symbol, and I'm going to put in coding_locally. Okay, good. Now I have my VS Code opened, and the next thing I want to do is to invoke my terminal using the control and the home key. For Windows user, just simply open your coding locally project directory, and you can easily click this terminal here to open this terminal for a VS Code. Then let's create an account directory first. Then we change our VS Code path to that account directory using make directory space, which means our present location, accounts, then we cd and cd account. Okay, great. Now this command has created this account directory, and as you can see, our VS Code part is now on the account directory. Perfect. We can now create an Eternity secured account with AECLI accounts, create my AE account, then flag password 12345. Okay, great. With this command, we have created an account with 12345 as the password. And as you can see, we have this new address, this new Eternity address, and we have this part ending with my AE account at the newly created account directory. The My AE account contains the configuration settings of our account, including the cipher test that helps secure our account. It protects our secret key. So, in order to get our account key details, that is, this address and the secret key of our newly created account, we would want to type in AECLI account address my AE account and the flag private key. Okay, this would ask us to enter our password 12345. And as you can see, we have the address printed out already, and it's asking us if we want to print out our secret key. This is for confidentiality reasons. So I'm going to click on Y here, and we have it. We have our address and we have the secret key. We'll make use of this address to fund our account, and we'll make use of this secret key to deploy our account, our smart contract. So let's fund our account by copying this public key with Ctrl+Shift+C and head to the Testnet Faucet app to fund the account with 5AE. To do that, I'm going to head to VS Code, to my Chrome rather, and I'm going to type in https faucet.apps.com. Make sure you add the https, else you might get an error. So https, good. So I'm going to paste in my wallet here, and I'm going to click on top up. So it's adding 5AE, and we have it. This has added 5AE to our account, and this is the transaction hash in which I've clicked on it, and it has opened this tab for me. It's recorded on the blockchain already, and our balance is now 5AE. So let's confirm our balance that is 5AE on our project directory. So I'm going to head back to VS Code, and I would want to type in AECLI account balance, then dot my AE account, and I'll make use of this U flag, and I'm going to enter the testnet SDK URL, which is https SDK testnet.apps.com. With this command, it's going to print out my balance. So let's execute this command. Type in our password. Oh, there is a mistake. So this should be dot here, not comma. Dot, yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we should have it now. Oh, perfect. Now we can see our account balance in ethos value, and we can see the address. So great, our account now has 5AE on the testnet network. Note, if you try to get the account balance of a newly created account without funding it, you would definitely get an account not found error. So just fund the account and then you can check their balance. So awesome, we can now deploy our Hello World contract using the AEproject deploy command. But before we do that, let's make a little change in our exemplary deployment script. As explained in the previous tutorial, the deployment directory has the deployment script. And as you can see at the moment, the path to the contract that's going to be deployed is example contract, which is this. So we'd want to change this example contract to Hello World so we can deploy our Hello World contract. So I'm going to click and I'm going to enter Hello World here. Great. Now we can deploy our Hello World contract. Before we deploy it, as I said, we're going to make use of this secret key to deploy this contract using this newly created account. So I'm going to copy this secret key, Ctrl+Shift+C, Then create a new terminal because we want to run the AEproject deploy command, and we can't run it on this account directory. We have to run it on our project directory, which is coding locally. So I'm going to use this plus button here, open a new terminal, which is at coding locally directory, and then enter AEproject deploy flag N for network, then testnet, then flag S for secret key, and then paste my copied secret key. So it's AEproject deploy flag N, then the testnet keyword, then flag S standing for secret key, and then your secret key. Then you click on enter. Perfect. Don't worry, I was expecting this error of cannot find module AEproject -utilities. So to solve this error, we would want to install the package alongside two other packages. So to do that, we're making use of npm, and it's npm install AEproject -utilities. Then the second package, which is prompts, and lastly AEproject Logger. So we are installing these three packages: AEproject utilities, prompt, and AEproject Logger. So enter, and good. We have the three packages included in our node modules already. So let's re-execute the AEproject deploy command. I'm going to make use of up arrow key, and yeah, so enter, and we should have our contract deployed in no time. Okay, it's loaded. Let's wait a bit. Okay, should be up anytime from now. Still loading. It's trying to deploy the hello world contract, which is this. Trying to deploy this contract on the testnet network using our newly created account. Perfect. Now we have our contract deployed. As you can see with this successful message, contracts helloworld.aes has been deployed to at this contract address. So we have our contract deployed, and it has given us our contract address. This is how it's simple to deploy a smart contract on testnet network. We can confirm this deployment through our account balance and make use of the mighty studio. So for the account balance, let's head back to the terminal that has accounts as the directory and check back the account balance. Okay. A password 12345, and we would have a new balance. As you can see, it has our account has been debited with few returns, and the nonce has even changed to 2. This is to show that our contract was deployed using this account. So let's test using AE Studio. To use AE Studio, the first thing we'd want to do is to head to AE Studio, of course, which is at studio.apps.com. So I'm here. HTTPS studio.apps.com. Okay, now we are here. What we want to do first is to create a new contract tab, or we can just replace the contract here. So let's head back to VS Code, copy the old hello world contract, then go to VS Code, paste the contract here. Good. Then head back to VS Code, copy this contract address, Ctrl+C, and then we paste it at this tab, the tab beside the use at address. So we paste that address here. This is still in maintenance, but it's still working. Then we click on the use at address button. Great. As you can see, we have the successful message saying our contract was casted successfully. So this is the hello world contract now, and we can actually test our contract. So let's input a name here. Let's say, since this is going to give us hello, let's just put in word here. Word, and then we send the transaction. Okay, we have the return value hello world. So let's you see the new get info function working. Call locally. Perfect. As you can see, our name now is word, which is the name here, and our user now is this address. As explained in the previous tutorial, we know this address is the address of the post of the contract that account that deployed the contract. So our account 2EWD1, which was the newly account we created. As you can see here, it's the new account we created. So now that we've tested our contract, we've seen the call info function giving back the old state. With this, I've come to the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can reach me via our website, aekiti.com, or by adding a comment to this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified when we release a new video. So, see you in the next video.